Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Eco Tarot. This is Kensley, the Eco Tarotist, and I'm so excited to be starting your reading today. I've decided to do something very different. It's going to be a chakra check-in, and we're going to go through each of the chakras and kind of pull everything together. I've already pulled the cards because it takes a long time for me to do it, and so I want to get right to it. If you have any questions about the reading, please see the box below for more information. First of all, you got the Coyote Spirit, and this is trust in divine detours. And Coyote Spirit, oh, I feel like everyone in the spiritual community thinks of the coyote as like this trickster, and I'm like, I don't understand how cool this coyote is, man. A coyote is amazing. They are, usually the males are alone, and the tribes are all females, one alpha female and her sisters, cousins, what have you. But they work in tandem. They work as a team to raise only the alpha female's children. And they're monogamous. They love, once they find their male, the alpha male, they mate for life, unless something happens to that mate. And I love that, you know, they're one of the most hated creatures in this country, U.S. I'm in Texas, and despite how much the U.S. government and private citizens have tried to kill them off, they have boomed in their populations, and so they're completely resilient and completely I think one of it's resilience. That's what it is. It's, you gonna try to kill me off, we're gonna change up our life strategy. And they do, and that is a very rare thing in the animal world, is they change their life strategy. Now if they're getting killed, if their population is becoming under stress, then some of the beta females will start mating and adding to the litter as well. But it's certainly a strategy that people don't think about, and that people are terrified of coyotes, and they're actually one of the coolest creatures ever. They have one of the most complex vocal systems that you can imagine. So I'm just saying, yes, it's all about divine detours. The relationship that you thought was the one has suddenly just disappeared, and you're like, what the hell? I thought this was it. Or, you know, something that didn't come to fruition. There's a plan in terms of spirit giving you a little, like COVID fucked up over so many people. And I think there's a plan. I think COVID, at least for me, was redirect yourself from dating and focus on this. I ended up just taking this as a tarot to myself. I was like, oh, I'm bored, it's COVID, I'm just gonna do this. Ended up loving it. Ended up realizing how intuitive I was. Had no idea. I mean, I knew it, but I just didn't really believe it. And I've been so grateful for this twist, this detour in what I thought my life was going to be like. Then you also get the Thinker card, and that really is all about being in your head intellectually, not necessarily over analyzing things, but really analyzing things to a degree that's healthy for you, I think. So let's get into the actual reading of root chakra. When you are in balance with the root chakra, there's stability, there's groundedness, there's prosperity, healthy, physically, that kind of thing. When you're deficient, there's fearfulness, you're underweight, maybe spaciness. It's all varied. But when you're in excess, could be obesity, greed, materialism, hoarding. you kind of see the variations of that. And to supplement the root chakra, to describe it and what's going on in your life, we have the Temperance card from behind and the Fish card out of the Lenormand deck. And if you, just letting you know, I just discovered Lenormand. I think it's a really cool kind of deck that is all about straight up facts. Timing, this is it. There's no games, there's no interpretation, there's no room for misinterpretation. It is it. And what a fish means in the Lenormand deck is finances, business, wealth, values, gain, abundance. It is a positive card with a timing of repetitiveness. And so this is interesting because it's paired with this Temperance from the reverse, which Temperance from the forward is typically balance and patience and turning, transmutation. It's turning, it's that alchemy, kind of turning lead and or steel into gold, and changing in it's all about balance between the spiritual world and the 3D earth grounded world, and a balance between your heart and your mind and your soul and things like that. And so I think that's really interesting that there is, the root chakra talks about prosperity and consideration of the material world, and then you get the Fish, which is all about values, gain, abundance, wealth and abundance, and finances. So I do think that is a good sign for you. I think this is interesting that it's on the back side, where Temperance is behind Temperance is loyalty and strength and loyalty and intuition. It's all kind of behind her, and what's in between now, so Temperance is in between these characteristics in front, and then the Hanged Man bars, I guess, when Hanged Man, I don't even know what you would call it, wherever he's hanging himself on from the foot is, and it's kind of like, this is where you go to let go of your ego, and to let go, to learn, to be introspective, to it's kind of hermity. The Hanged Man and the Hermit kind of are similar. There's just a little bit different in spirituality, but the ideas are the same of Hanged Man is letting go, and a lot of it has to do with letting go of the ego. And this is saying, don't let go of it so soon. You don't need to let go of it so soon. There might be some benefits in the ego, and the ego is not always a bad thing. Ego helps you in some ways. It's just a balance of it, and if you have too much, then you're going to get into this either cockiness state or this materialistic or greed state. And so it's saying, you don't necessarily need to go, can't even hold this, here you go, you don't necessarily need to go off and hangman yourself, not hangman, like foot hangman, but you do need to be cognizant of balance and in the finances department. So I think that's a good energy. I think that's a really positive energy for your root. I feel like it's very balanced in understanding where you are financially. And let's go with the Sacral next, which is in balance. You've got health, there's sexual health, pleasure, feeling, fluidity, that intimacy that's sometimes hard to have if you're not in balance. creativity, vitality, that kind of thing. And it is, oh, sorry, when you're in balance, it's what I just said. When you are out of balance, if you're deficient, there's rigidity, emotional numbness. When you're excessive in the sacral chakra, there's overly emotional, sexual addiction, obsessive attachments, that kind of thing. And you have the Queen of Swords and the Child from the Lenormand deck. And the Child from the Lenormand deck is quite literally a child or a toddler, but it can sometimes mean inexperienced or innocence, new beginnings. So that's really interesting that it's right next to the Queen of Swords, which in the sacral energy, I mean, this woman's rigid. Let's just say that she's probably deficient in her sacral, and perhaps it's because of there's an inner child wounding. So I think there's a little bit about imbalance in the sacral, and that's okay. I mean, it's just about understanding it and maybe trying to, I mean, if this resonates with you, maybe this is something that you want to look into and understand why you might be standoffish towards, intimacy with your partner. I think there might be some inner child wounding, and it's allowing you to, it's preventing you from being intimate, and being that sexually healthy. And there's this emotional numbness. It's that cutting off. It's exactly what I would imagine a Queen of Swords would do if it happened to be associated with the sacral energy. Solar plexus is when in balance. It's, to me, this is the self-esteem portion of your body. This is the gut. It's the gut instinct. I really like that. When in balance, it's vitality, strength of will, purpose, self-esteem. It's visionary. When you're out of balance and you're deficient, there's poor self-esteem or passive. When you're in excess of it, there's a domination, controlling, aggressiveness, that kind of thing. And you get the Snake and the Empress to support that. From the Snake from the Lenormand deck. The Snake is deception, seduction, forbidden knowledge. Straight up, someone's sneaky, someone deceiving. And this is your self-esteem. And so I think that, I think whatever happened here in this childhood wounding, I think also affects your self-esteem. There's a deception against what you would have normally considered yourself to be the Empress. I mean, someone who's loving and nurturing and has that self-esteem because she is the Queen of Queens. She's the Beyonce of the deck. And she's got all the embodiment of all four queens in her, and knows when to use it, any of those elements at any given time for whatever purpose she needs. But she's extremely nurturing and grounded, but also dynamic and passionate, and also very smart and intellectual, and very and then very emotional and loving. And so it is absolutely a there's a deception there that has curtailed this really loving energy. And there might be, I think it's a dominating or controlling, it feels dominating or controlling energy against what you either were meant to be or what you are, and it's suppressed. So there's a little bit of work in the sacral and solar plexus chakras, but let's just see how this is going to continue to play out. The heart chakra is, when in balance, there's compassion and self-acceptance, and you've got really amazing relationships. When you're deficient in the heart chakra, you're shy, there's loneliness, isolation, bitterness on one end, and then on the other there's codependency, jealousy, possessiveness, poor boundaries. You can kind of see that how it all plays out. And it is supported by the Strength card from behind and the Key card from the Lenormand deck. And the key is actually a literal key, but again, I know if it needs to be a key on the key card, that's fine. But this, to me, I put a starfish on here because it's a keystone species. So it's a very important key, keystone. But key means unlocking, openness, achievement, liberation, resolution. It's a very positive card. And then you've got the Strength card from behind, which you can see that there's a devil in front of them. This is the normal side where you just see the Empress. The Empress controlling the lion with her mind and her vulnerability. I call this the vulnerability card. But you don't get that. You get the devil that's looking straight up at them, and they're like, we don't give a fuck. I don't care. We don't even need to stand up and like face you. We're just gonna ignore you, and just like the devil's like trying to scare you. Why aren't you looking up at me? And they're like, how's it going? Yeah, just ignore him. He's super ridiculous. Yeah, just ignore him. It's not a big deal. And the devil's like, why aren't you intimidated by me? Why? No. Oh, I love it because you had the Empress card. You had the Empress card from the forward facing, and then you have the, sorry, those cards. And then you have the Empress with the Leo and the lion, and how she's continuing to control his mind with her strength of will, her strength. Wait, what is this? Yeah. Oh, strength of will was solar plexus, but I thought it could be, that's really cool. Look at that though. I really get that your heart chakra is either open, or it needs to be open and unlocked. But there's liberation. There's liberation from this. Look at this. Wow. This is really cool, you guys. The key shows you that you have liberated yourself from this snake around the Empress, from this deception, this whatever has affected your self-esteem. Your heart chakra, if you keep it open, it will liberate you from this snake, which is depicted as the devil in this card. Wow. And you don't even need to stand up against this devil. This to me represents all of the things that are in our material world that have wounded us, or our addictions, or our karmic struggles that we have to deal with. But it's in us all, and it's life. But you either have liberated yourself from that snake that's kept your self-esteem down, that person in your life that is not healthy, or you need to. I can't tell that in terms of timing. Let's see. Timing is the key is long lasting, and the snake is planned. Wow. Yeah. That's fascinating, because I think this is saying once you liberate yourself from that energy, whatever concept, if it was a person or just self-sabotage in your mind, but once you've liberated yourself from that, then you have this level of vulnerability that most people can only dream of. Most people can only dream of having a level of vulnerability and courage and strength, inner strength inside of you that no devil can touch. And you've either unlocked it, or you're going to unlock it, or you need to unlock it. However it suits you. Throat chakra, to be in balance, there's clear communication, creativity, and resonance. When you're deficient in the throat chakra, you're dealing with a fear of speaking, timidness, poor rhythm. When you're in excess, it's excessive talking, too much. There's an inability to listen. There might be even stuttering, that kind of thing. These are all just very generalized concepts. And to what's going on in your throat chakra is the King of Wands and the dog from the Lenormand deck. My horrible comedic attempt at a Frenchie bulldog. That does not look like a Frenchie bulldog. He's so cute though. I'll try it again though. I'll try it again. But you've got the King of Wands and the dog, which is loyalty, devotion, and friendship. So in your throat chakra, that clear communication, I see this. I think you're in balance in this clear communication. You've got somebody who's loyal and a friend that's helping you, but being this King of Wands is amazing. He's the King Leonidas of the deck. He's everything that you would want in a partner. Like I always think, oh, the King of Pentacles or the King of Cups, they're probably the good ones to have as a partner. But man, actually, if you think about it, the King of Wands is, because he's got all that passion and fire behind him, but he's also loyal to his partner, and he's gonna keep the embers going, and he doesn't need a bunch of frills, or if you see this, he's only ruling with a stick. There's no need for gold and all that flashy shit. He's grounded and down to earth, but like in a fiery way. I love it, because King of Pentacles is like, yeah, I'm grounded. Where's the passion? It's kind of a good thing to have. So I think this is a great energy for your throat. I think you are coming into your own, or need to come into your own, in order to speak your truth and speak very clearly. Your third eye, let's talk about the third eye. And that's, and when in balance, that's, I need my glasses actually. Intellect, intuition, deepest wisdom, seeing the future, clear seeing, psychic perception, accurate interpretation, imagination. When you're deficient, there's poor memory, poor vision, unimaginative, and denial. When you're in excess, there's headaches, nightmares, delusions, and difficulty in concentrating. So the third eye is all about intuition, okay? Seeing what cannot be seen. And you get the Seven of Swords from behind, followed by the Crossroads. Oh, this is interesting. The Crossroads in the Lenormand deck is all about decisions, choices, or a stalemate. There's separation or there's hesitation. And that supports the Seven of Swords from behind. No, this is, I'm sorry, this is from the forward position. That's from behind, so if you can see that. And this is someone who is sneaky, thievery, lying, or just walking away. And there's a decision to be made at a fork in the road. And perhaps this is where this thinking card comes in. And these divine detours come in play. Because I think, oh wow, it's weird. This is, wow, this is the double meaning in one card. This is impressive. You're at a crossroads and you have to decide between staying with someone who is lying and cheating and hurting you, or walking away. Because that is what this card means, both. It means both. And that's, you need to use your intuition to guide you to that correct decision. And I think you already know what that decision is. And I think it's going to lead to something interesting. So your crown chakra has, when it's in balance, there's wisdom, knowledge, spiritual connection, consciousness, self-reflection, contentment, oneness, wholeness. Oh, this is why I had my cheat sheet, because I'm like, I don't remember all of this just yet. I'm still learning. It's fine. Who cares? Doesn't mean I'm not intuitive. And I can't interpret shit, but I just don't remember all the bullshit. So when you're deficient, there's limited beliefs and apathy. When you're in excess of the crown chakra, you're overly intellectual. There's confusion, spiritual addiction, or disassociation. And you get the Ten of Cups from behind, and the bear in the Lenormand. And the bear in the Lenormand, which is my storybook bear, I tried to make him all aggressive. It came out kids storybook. Amateur hour. The bear is power, leadership, strength of character, boss, and dominance. It's like the mama bear. I think of the mama bear when I think of this card. And so I think wholeness and oneness, in order for you to get there, I think you're going to have to defend it. But when you do, when you show your strength and your power and yourself and your confidence and your heart and your communication, it's like, think about this. You're fine in your roots. You're good stability. You've got good stability, you know, in the material world. But there's, you know, you've got some childhood wounding and blunt rigidity in your sacral chakra. You've got your self-confidence wants to shine through, but this snake has affected it, this deceitfulness, this energy, but you're coming through in the heart chakra as someone who's standing up to that snake and owning their own inner strength, which is what this bear also is. There's a throat chakra of, you know, helping a loyalty in your communication. You've got a decision to make for your third eye. That intuition is going to help guide you towards leaving leaving or allowing a thief to be in your life, or a liar. And then you've got this crown chakra. And this crown chakra has this 10 of cups right here, and the bear, and it's like, defend your happiness. Defend your happiness. And what is crazy is that 2 cards came out additionally, and I was like, oh, I only asked for 7. I'll just put these to the side. And they're the Anchor and the Death card from behind. From behind. And Anchor is stability, resilience, restraint, security, laying down foundations. It's normally just an anchor of a ship, but I decided to do the anchor bug. So I like that. But it's death, and I think it's resilience, restraint, security, laying foundations. I think this is death of the old life that you had, and laying an amazing foundation for yourself to have stability and resilience and restraint with all of the rest of your chakras, not just the material world, not just your job, all internal. And you defending that and being the leader in your life, and have that strength of character, and that 10 of cups is gonna manifest. There's some work, but man, you're on a really great path. Don't overthink. I think analyzing things is amazing, and I think you should analyze who you need to have in your life and who you shouldn't. But clearly, this has been a detour in your life, and it's affected, old childhood wounds. But at the same time, there's an opportunity for using this experience to make yourself a better person in terms of the decisions that you're going to make from here on out. And I think it's going to be the death of this experience, and then an anchoring in something new that you're going to defend to the bone. You're going to defend your happiness to the bone. Wow, that's really cool. All right, Sagittarius, I think you have had a great reading. Hope you have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon.